Half-Life, the natural phenomena in the gaming world, winning countless awards since its creation in 1998 by one of the biggest names in gaming, Valve. Half-Life has been renowned as one of the best FPS games of all time, maybe even the best game of all time. And it's clear how beloved the series is. However, I'm not here to talk about how good of a game this is. I'm here to talk about my experience playing through the Half-Life series and getting every achievement I possibly was able to get. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about how good of a series this game is, but when it comes to Half-Life 1, it doesn't have achievements. So, I'm going to talk about how good it is. Half-Life 1 first released in 1998, and this mess of a game was revolutionary at the time. It's been a long while since I last played this game, but I can still remember a lot of good moments and also a lot of bad moments. One of those bad moments being the dumb tentacle monster inside of the missile silo. That fucking piece of shit. I vividly remember my first time playing getting stuck at that specific part because I used all my grenades and ammo, and I was too shit at the game to just sneak by it. You might say, oh, we'll just reload an old save and I'll be fine, ha 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 ha. I overwrote all my saves and just had one, and that one was where I had nothing. I know, I'm a moron, but that's besides the point. So, I quit Half-Life for a full 6 months before I finally restarted my playthrough and got good enough to get past that dumb missile silo. It was in that restart that I got hooked on Half-Life and just everything it had to offer. Seeing that opening scene one more time really got to me, and I started to understand the significance of everything it had. Everything about this game makes me feel immersed, even if it looks incredibly outdated by today's standards. Nothing beats getting to the surface for the first time thinking, oh, we're gonna get saved, just to be ambushed and gunned down by the army. Which was another part I got stuck at, but whatever. This game genuinely amazes me on how well it still holds up today, and just how much it impacted the world of video games. Oh, also, I did get the one achievement that it has, so don't worry about it.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
Half-Life 2 is a perfect follow-up to the original, and just it gives you so much more content and lore that you could have ever hoped for. And as well as it has one of the best characters in Half-Life, Alex Vance.
A Combine zombie? That's like a zombine, right? Zombine, get it?
20 years after the events of Half-Life 1, the lovable Gordon Freeman makes his return to take down the alien race called the Combine, after they had taken over Earth and enslaved humanity. You make your way towards the Citadel, where the leader Dr. Breen is located, and destroy it to high hell, only for the mysterious space bureaucrat and part-time toilet, G-Man. He makes his comeback and tries to do his shenanigans once more as he has done in Half-Life 1. Unlike with Half-Life 1, though, this game actually does have achievements, and oh my god do they make me want to cry in a corner. A few memorable achievements for me were Vortikov, 2 points, Keep Off the Sand, and of course, Lambda Locator. First, I want to talk about Vortikov. It isn't an insanely hard achievement to get, but it is missable, and you do have to go through a tunnel to find this hidden Vortigaunt just singing away. And I just remember sitting there for a few minutes chilling with him, and so it's pretty A tier in my opinion. 2 points is one that isn't too insanely hard as well, but does require a little bit of time to make the dumb basketball go in the hoop, but it's fine because you get to ball with Dog and Alex, so it's pretty cool. Now, it's time for the 2 achievements that made me go absolutely insane and also foam at the mouth. keep off the sand is super dumb and stupid, and it just seems so easy, but it isn't until you touch 1 pixel of the sand and you have to restart at a save point. It's fine if you want to make like one tiny movement and then just quick save every 2 seconds, but otherwise it's just so dumb and I hated getting it. I just remember sitting there for like an hour 30 minutes, just trying to get this dumb achievement, and it's not, I just can't handle it. However, there's a dumber achievement, and that is Lambda Locator. Throughout the game, there are these Lambda symbols, and it's your job to find them all. It's not too stupid like some future achievements in other games, but it still takes forever and requires another playthrough, just so you don't miss one, but it's whatever in the end. Get it out of the way and get it done. I think Half-Life 2 is a really great game. I think it's a really great follow-up to another really great game, and I'm really happy playing it just over and over again. I've played it so much, and I love it. I just really do not like those 4 achievements.
Tell me, Dr. Freeman, if you can. You have destroyed so much. What is it exactly that you have created? Can you name even one thing? I thought not.
Half-Life 2 Episode 1 is an episodic continuation of Half-Life 2 that puts you right where the ending of the original Half-Life 2 left off, obviously. We see that the Vortigaunts foil the G-Man's scheme, leaving Gordon and Alex right next to the Citadel, with a nuclear reactor about to blow. The whole point is that we need to help citizens escape from City 17 before the entire city is turned to dust. Thankfully, we get everyone on trains, and after the dumbest Strider fight I've ever had to do, Gordon and Alex escape just in the nick of time. Episode 1 is a short game, but it does what it needs to, and also gives us a few good achievements. 2 that I thought were worth mentioning were Zombie Q and, of course, the one free bullet. Zombie Q is a fucking nightmare of an achievement, because you need to do this all in one clean run, and I hate it. I can't even count how many times I had to restart the dumb elevator part, just to hopefully get enough zombies with flares before the time runs out. This achievement fucking sucks, and I never want to see another achievement like that again. As for the one free bullet, this kind of achievement was okay, and actually I thought it was going to be a lot better than I thought it was going to be going in. Think of that one achievement from the original Half-Life 2, where you can only use a gravity gun in Ravenholm, but for the entire game, except also you can use grenades, your crowbar, and rocket launcher for killing things. I thought this achievement was going to be a lot harder, but it turned out to be kind of okay, honestly. It had tough times, but I thought it was fine. It's not as hard as the Ravenholm achievement because the game gives you a lot of stuff to throw at things, and also episode 1 is very short, so it's whatever at the end of the day. Overall, I think episode 1 is my least favorite entry into the series, but I still think it's really good, and I think it's worth getting all the achievements in, and also just playing. Finally, we have Half-Life 2, Episode 2. Episode 2 kicks off with us meeting up with Alex and contacting White Forest, which is the main base in the game, and they have devised a plan to launch a rocket to close the portal where the Citadel once stood. After a few unlucky encounters throughout the game, we find our way to White Forest, where we meet up with everyone and we have to fend off Striders and Hunters from attacking the base. This is the worst part of the game, by the way. Terrible, terrible. Afterwards, we meet back up with everyone and finally launch the rocket and close the portal. And then, us and Alex decide that we're going to leave and try to find a boat left to us from Aperture Science. But before we can, we get attacked and the game ends with disaster. Episode 2 for me is by far the greatest game in the series that I have played. but there's way too much for me to say about it, so I'll leave it for a possible future video. However, for the main thing I want to talk about, the achievements, there's only one that is truly worth mentioning. This fucker. Little Rocket Man is a fucking back-breaking achievement and requires a whole new playthrough to get, because I don't think anyone would want to do their first playthrough of this gem of a game carrying this fucking gnome. You better keep an eye on this bastard the entire game, because he's sneaky and slippery and will fall out of the car with the tiniest turn. So in conclusion, fuck gnomes and fuck this achievement. I know this is kind of a small video that seems like it was rushed and doesn't make much sense at points, but I wanted to at least talk a little bit about the great series that is known as Half-Life and what I personally thought about it. Also, no, I don't care that I didn't talk about Lost Coast or Half-Life Alyx, because Lost Coast doesn't even fucking count, and I'm not spending money on a VR headset right now, so go cry about it.